Welcome to qnawire.
We're going to have the following system that is going to be accelerated on only the x direction. That means that the acceleration of x is going to be distant from 0, but the acceleration of y is equal to 0. So the sum of the forces on the x-axis, it doesn't need to be equal to 0, but the sum of the forces on the y-axis does need to be equal to 0. So if we write down the force diagram for this system, we're going to have the mass. Down here, we're going to have the force coming from the weight. Over here, we're going to have our normal force, and at an angle, we're going to get the force that is going to be applied. So the sum of the forces on the x-axis is going to be directly the force applied times the cosine of the angle that we're going to have. On the other hand, the sum of the forces on y needs to be equal to 0, and this is going to be equal to the normal force plus the force applied times the sine of theta minus the force of the weight, which would be mg. Thus, the normal force will be equal to mg minus the force times the sine of theta. So, as the angle increases, the force from the normal is going to decrease. This is because since theta increases, sine of theta also increases. Thus, the normal is going to decrease because we have this negative sign over here. So the normal force is going to decrease as the angle increases by some other relationship. The relationship that we're going to have depends of the sine on the angle theta. This is not a linear relationship, and it is also not a quadratic relationship.